this part, I'll overkill the complicity argument again. You understand me? It is impossible to truly do revelation justice without overkilling that complicity was the main problem. They were in rebellion and they're complicit with Babylon's system, which is the neo-colonialist global system, right? Baal, okay, has a Roman equivalent Jupiter and a Greek equivalent Zeus, an Egyptian equivalent Set, and these are all colonial forces. The modern Western system and the modern European and Eurasian system is a neo-colonial system, a neo-Roman system. Okay, that is Babylon's system, and the world is run by proxies in those underdeveloped nations as well. So it's run by them and their proxies. Okay, so number one, the parable of the rich fool makes it clear, right? Parable scrambled is rape lab and rape ball. What are the odds of that? Buy Bill, buy ball. And how many people did Christians rape? How many people did Christians rape in World War II? How many people did Christians rape during the Native American genocide? We see rape, murder. So it's called go spell and a magic spell. Okay? Spilling. You think it's a coincidence that pirate is rape is scrambled or position is poison is scrambled? No. These are occult, cut up, wordplay, rape cult trash. Okay? And you think God likes rapists? You think God rewards rapists with the kingdom of heaven after they screen out the righteous? In Isaiah 57, it says the plan is for the righteous to leave the earth, to rest from their work, and for wicked people to keep reproducing and being thrown in hell. So there's a bunch of wicked people and their offspring. It's like burying a thief with their money. They're going to bury them with all their offspring and all the dumb whores that roll with them in hell, and they're going to be tortured forever. Okay, that's the plan. Don't listen to the white racists and the conformists and the churches that are allowed by this rape cult system who do not emphasize the true nature of rape, which is first and foremost their Western culture, okay, of rape by deception. Okay, and then to make that go smoothly, they threaten people and rape by force and abuse people and so on and so forth, right? Hazing, Babylon mystery, okay? Mist. So number one is the parable of the rich fool. Parable is rape lab or rape ball scrambled, right? A lab, an experiment, projects in the ghetto, an experiment, concentration camp. Where are you thinking? Mindfulness. What are you thinking about? And what aren't you thinking about? Two, moral intensity creates sound judgment. Okay? I don't even need the martial art example. The people who came up with this stuff, they didn't cite martial arts when they proved that the more moral intensity someone has, the more sound judgment they have. They didn't even need to use sparring. Sparring far overkills it, okay? Versus moral deficiency disorder. So a moral deficiency has symptoms. Like person is sexually immoral. You know, they work for a Fortune 500 company. You know, they rebel against God. They cheat me out of my right to lead. They gaslight. They play stupid. These are symptoms of moral deficiency disorder, which is the underlying disorder. And there's a reason why it's called a disorder, because they're not in the moral order, and the moral order cannot exist after I'm gone. 3. You die anyway, life is short. If somebody, I use the example of a 5-hour train trip and a little kid. If somebody said that they raped that little kid because they had too much to lose, if they didn't, didn't want to miss their opportunity, and there was a 5-hour train trip, wouldn't you want to slap the shit out of them and say, you stupid fuck? You couldn't wait, you couldn't give that up for 5 hours. Well, how much more when life is short? Life is short, you don't know when you're going to die. Okay? And you couldn't resist but conforming to pedophiles and their fucking servants. Okay? And their cultures and nations and languages and so on. That's fucking ridiculous. Okay? When I mean language, I mean the hidden language. What they're saying with their hearts. Their language is telling people to go be complicit with their bitch. 4. Okay, what is the essence of the Bible? Listen carefully. What is the essence? It's love people in the divine order and do unto others, okay, as someone loving them in the divine order, as you would have them do unto you as someone loving you in the divine order. So do unto others as you would have them do unto you if you were morally precise. It goes without saying. It's not saying if you're a devil and saying, hey, if they were the devil, I'd want them to abuse me because I like being abused or something. Okay, it's fucking stupid. Okay, do unto them as you would have them do unto you if you were morally precise. In Luke 12:56, it says, okay, also the greatest commandment, Love the Lord thy God with all your heart and love your neighbor as yourself. So love as well. Okay. So again, like I said it right the first time and I said it right the second time. Okay. Luke 12:56 says, hypocrites, you know how to interpret the earth and the sky. How is it that you don't know how to interpret the present time? The present time. In Luke 23, he said, the time will come when you will say, blessed are the childless women, the wombs that never bore, the breasts that never nursed. Okay? And it's not saying necessarily they're going to go to heaven, but they're at least smart enough not to reproduce. Okay? So how is it you don't know interpret the present time? He goes on in verse 58, he says, why don't you judge for yourselves what is right? Why don't you judge for yourselves? So do unto others as you would have them do unto you, saying to judge what is right for yourselves. Okay? And then it says, why don't you judge for yourselves what is right? You think it's right to cheat me when I've proven my focus, moral intensity, and universal pinpoint and moral precision argument a trillion times over, when the essence of martial arts is character, okay? And I have the most character. These other people are playing stupid about who I am, about the fact that I'm God's son and the top martial artist, okay? And about the deeper implications of my going on 9 years, up to $4 million top martial arts challenge. You pay nothing if you lose, if I'm compensated, and $40,000 if I'm allowed to recover, okay, and I'm not compensated. It's stupid to pretend that I'm not the top martial artist. And it's stupid to think that you know better than the top martial artist who's monotheistic and morally precise about God and what God wants. Who do you think knows better? Joel Osteen? Pat Robertson? Okay, Billy Graham? You know, Ron Paul? Joe Biden? Donald Trump? Or what are you, fucking idiots? Your local preacher? Sucking in a loud church dick? Think about it. I have to explain this to you people. 1 John 3:7. Dear children, do not let anyone lead you astray. The word lead is deal scrambled for a reason. Do not let anyone lead you alpha astray. The one who does what is right is righteous. The one who does what is right is righteous. Judge for yourselves. That's why God put a sun in the sky to say he sent you a message. The moon is like the sun's wife. It's like the second half, the second eye of Horus, the other half of a man, so on and so forth, his wife. Okay, a symbol of femininity. And it's also the prince of darkness. He uses her to lead him astray. The snake approached Eve first to lead the man astray. And they're supposed to man up and do what's right. The person, man up and raise your daughter right. Not let a bunch of racist homosexuals in the state teach you to be a punk-ass conservative, liberal, libertarian, and raise your daughter wrong, but to raise your daughter right. The greatest commandment is love. And Psalm 45 shows us a form of that love is to submit to the king. It says the most excellent of men is the mighty one. New Living Translation, I believe it is, mighty warrior, riding forth in the cause of truth, justice, and humility. Judge for yourselves in truth, justice, and humility to God and God's Son what is right, which means obeying God's Son. Okay, Christos means anointed, the anointed one. Okay, the root and offspring of David. Okay, Israel is Israel scrambled. Do you think that's a coincidence? You think these Jews in New York or in Jerusalem, in Israel, are real? Or you think the people who are from the royal tribe of Martin Luther King's tribe, right? The kingdom of heaven will be taken away from the people who weren't real and given to the people who are. Israel is the real Israel. The Jerusalem, Galatians 3 and 4 of this world is the devil's Jerusalem. The Jerusalem in the sky is God's Jerusalem. And Paul, who wrote that, was a Jew, as the story goes. Can a Jew be anti-Semitic? When a Jew says, don't listen to the Jews, listen to Chukuharu, okay? Is he anti-Semitic? Like, I gotta explain this shit. Point number 5. The stupidity of not submitting. Okay? The Bible ends in what we see going on now. Mass murder, mass rape, mass exploitation, mass drug and mass starvation, idolatry, psychological warfare, okay, blaspheming God. You see obnoxious, mocker-ass bitches, disgraced, obnoxious ninnies, okay? So it says, come out of her. We'll get to that in later videos. Where it says, come out of Babylon so you don't share in her sins. Earlier, went over it early in this series. It says, how long sovereign and true before you avenge our blood and punish the inhabitants of the earth? Okay, all the people are still there when these people are screened out because they were complicit with screening out the righteous. They accepted the boundaries of the craftsmen and the elite of this world and did not carry their cross and get screened out. And before Jesus even came, Isaiah said, Isaiah who predicted Jesus would come, said, the righteous are taken away to be spared from evil. Isaiah chapter 57 of 66 chapters. Okay? He does not contradict that formula, nor does Revelation. And they were told to wait until the full number of their fellow servants had been killed. They try to confuse you a little bit about that, but those are the orders from God. You imagine some dickhead saying, no, I'm sealed, I'm sealed. You're not sealed. No one's sealed. Their fate is sealed. You are not sealed. There will not be, there's not even, those tribes don't exist. Hey, raise your hand if you're from the tribe of Gad. Naphtali, is Naphtali present? Is Naphtali present? No. Because nobody's from these tribes. Other than the idea that refers to, which is me. That's it. The number is figurative. There's not, there's 12,000 from each tribe. Exactly. That's exactly bullshit. 12 is used again and again. There's 12 tribes. There's 12 disciples. Okay? This number is symbolic. It is not a literal number of people being sealed. Point number 6. The rotten apple effect. They say, well, now's not the time, and we think we know better than you, even though God made you the top martial arts to point the way, the point of life, point sparring, pointing the way. The point of martial arts, the point of sparring, spar it, spirit, sensei, the essential alpha essence to sense the presence of God, but some unfocused pastor plugging a kid says, I know better, like some fucking scatterbrained fool. When the Spirit gives you sound judgment, the wise in heart are called discerning, not scatterbrained peace. Hi, I'm a scatterbrained Simpson, bitch. It's fucking stupid not to know that you're supposed to obey God through me. Like, I gotta explain this motherfucking shit. So you sit there with a rotten apple. I'm gonna eat this apple because it's still here. Yeah. New York is even called the rotten apple, and the whole world is like one big New York in a way, in the fact that it's corrupt. The planet is fucking rotten. It is time to fucking go. The righteous have been screened out for 300,000 fucking years. And this is the end. And Jesus said to the Jews, finish what you started. Isaiah 57 said the righteous are going to be taken away. Jesus said to the Jews, the kingdom of heaven will be taken away from you and given to people to do your work. You killed the sages and the prophets and all these people. And now finish killing them off and you'll be sealed in fucking hell. What don't people get? One of the last things Jesus said is say, the time will come when you say, blessed are the childless women. It says, don't reproduce. It's the end. The wombs that never bore and the breasts that never nursed. Now, why the fuck on an evil planet where fucking 9 million people starve to death every year so social engineering satanic filth can say my bloodlines are the only ones on the planet and they're the most guilty people that ever fucking lived? Why would you want to reproduce in their spirit on their piece of shit, shithole fucking planet? Okay, that is the footstool being trampled by God and keep bringing in kids into this world. Hi, I'm the next dumb bitch. We're his grandkids. I'm the great grandkid of that stupid fuck. I'm the great grandkid of that stupid bitch that didn't listen when God's son was here and married a piece of shit instead of obeying God's fucking son and submitting to him. Why would you want to be that dumb fucking bitch?